Hi, and welcome back to Trak. Today we are talking about day dockets. Day dockets are the ability for companies to create a signed document on site that is generated into an invoice based on set rates. These can be used for lots of different businesses. If you're a business that operates machinery, you might have float charges, minimum hourly rates, and machine hire that you want to be able to put onto a docket that is signed off by a site representative each day. And at the end of the week, you might want to put them all together into an invoice. Then you've got variations on site, hourly rate variations. You want the ability to create a day docket so that you can have confirmation that you've done the work by a site representative that you can then invoice quickly in the office. Now, when it comes to day dockets, the first thing we want to do is set up the settings around our day dockets in the platform. And that's going to happen under our name at the top right in our company settings. Now, there are lots of different settings that can contribute to this depending on how complex you want your day dockets to be. So let's have a look at a few of these today. So number one, down at our finance settings, we've got our day docket general settings. So in our day docket general settings, when we create a day docket, you might have a default note that shows at the bottom. This can be added here and it will automatically add to the bottom of your day docket. When you send an email to a customer to have it approved, so if you've got no site representative, you don't want it signed off on site, you might want to share it to a builder or client, they approve it, and then you will invoice it. This is your email that you'll be sending out. Okay, this is customizable to you, but this will pre-fill in based on the details. Then you've got your ability to add or change the day docket template a little bit to suit your business needs. Some people will have a day docket, but they kind of want to add different dates with different details to it. Some people will always edit a day docket and add expenses or confirmation of timesheets after the day docket's been approved, but they want to still preserve the signatures and details on it. That's what these two tick boxes are for. A day docket can be approved. You can show it to a client on site or you can email it to them. These approval fields are fully customizable to you. You can have signatures, you can have names, company, you might want to add a field for purchase order, or whatever it is. It's entirely up to you how you do it. You can choose the fields that are relevant to you. Then you've got your attachments. Some people have got a default attachment. This is the terms and conditions of day works that is going to be attached here. So this might be as a PDF attachment, or you might add it by default in your notes. It's entirely up to you. Then you've got how you want the PDF to be generated. There's a couple of interesting ones here, depending on the type of business that you run. So if you are doing a set rate work with day dockets for a builder, for example, they might have a site representative, like a site supervisor on site. They don't have any idea what your approved rates are. They don't know what the costs are. You're just simply getting them to approve that variation works have happened. You'll deal with the costings with your contract. So in that instance, you might want to hide the totals on the PDF or on the forms so that your staff aren't seeing the totals, and also your person who's signing it off isn't seeing the totals. Then you'll have other businesses where you're doing day works and you want them to know the cost of it on the spot. So it might be if you're a concrete cutting company or you're doing core holes or something like that, and you've got a certain rate for distances and rates and measurements and depths, and you want to add that all to the day docket. Obviously, you might want them to see what the cost is going to be. It is up to you how you set this up to suit your business needs. General settings for day dockets. The next tab here is rate cards. Okay, rate cards in the Trak platform. So obviously, everyone will have different rates that are going to drop on to your day dockets. Now, for most businesses, this comes in two main areas. You've got equipment and you've got labor. Okay. You've also got materials that you can pull through from your product tab in the top. But let's have a look at how we can structure these. Obviously, you'll see that there's a type, equipment and labor. You'll see that you can name them. You'll see that you can have a rate, and you can see that you've got minimum charges and overtime rates and details. So when you're creating a rate card, you can name it. Okay, so it might be a float, for example, and then you might have it as a type, or this is a piece of equipment. Then you might want to show it only on certain job types. Now, This piece is super important. Lots of businesses have got the same rate cards that they use. They might have 10 or 11 different rates for labor. They might have 5 or 6 different pieces of machinery with different rates for them. Now, they might use those same pieces but charge them out differently to different types of people. This is where your job types come in handy. You might have maintenance rates versus builder rates versus commercial rates versus EBA rates or something similar. If you are using that and you want those rates to pull through to the correct jobs, make sure you select the job type. That will mean that only those rates that are associated to that job type will show. Okay, so your staff can't select the wrong ones because only the ones that are linked to that job type are showing there. It's a really important piece if you do that type of work. Obviously, you can link this to supplies and expense accounts and details, but most importantly, you've got a base rate. Okay, so it might be that it's 200 with a minimum of 2 hours. Okay, or you've got a base rate cost as well. This is what it's going to cost me to do this. It's going to cost me $100 or whatever it's going to be. Okay, so you can set up equipment, labor, details. You've got base rates, overtime rates, different job types you can use them on. Then you save them in the system, and then you can use them on your day dockets. Creating your rate cards, linking them to the job types is really, really important so that you can structure the day dockets to suit your business. So day docket settings and rate cards. Obviously, this will link to your products as well. So in the Trak platform, if you've got products set up, those materials will pull through to your day dockets as well with your recommended retail. So when you create a product in your account and you've got your price, this is what it shows on an order. You can choose a markup or you can have a recommended retail. The recommended retail is what will pull through to the day docket and show on the invoice that you create. That is what you're selling it for. Okay, so this will sync labor, it will sync your equipment, and it will sync your materials to your day docket as well. Okay. There are a few other pieces, depending on the type of business that you run, that you can pull through to your day docket. And those are expenses and material orders. So if you are on a job and you've got purchase orders or material orders on your job, or if you've got expenses on your job, you can pull these through to a day docket as well. It is entirely up to you. So there's lots of different settings that help you customize your day dockets to suit your particular business needs. The last piece I think that is really important as well is under your name in your templates is that you can have your day dockets templated in the system. So you can build a day docket template in here with different wording, different drop downs, different labor, different everything already filled out. And it just helps your staff if you want them to be able to do a really simple day docket. It just depends on the complexity of your business instance. So that is a structure on how to set up your day dockets. In the following video, I'm going to take you through using day dockets in the field and converting them into an invoice. If you've got any questions in regards to the day dockets, setting up your rate cards, where to set things up, how to link them to the right job types, feel free to reach out to us at contact@trak.co. Alternatively, just reach out through the speech bubble at the bottom of the screen. We'll be able to help you out setting all this up in the platform if you need. Good luck using day dockets. It's a great feature to be able to make sure you get paid for the work that you are doing. I'll speak to you shortly.